Hello everyone, let's see how to think for any coding problem a step by step. So this is a problem of encode and decode TinyURL. It is March Leetcoding Challenge 2021, day 15. So what this problem is saying that TinyURL is URL shortening service where you enter a URL like this long URL and it returns short URL such as this one. So in browser if you type this one URL, it will redirect you to this URL. So let's see how we can encode and decode this service. So first we need a database to store this ID, and based on this ID return the original URL. So here let's define a database. So here database is order of one time. So we can use hash map self.url equals dictionary. This or dict, both will work. So now how we will encode this URL? So we need any random number. So we can definitely generate it manually by choosing the random character for each one and the mentioned size. But we can use the inbuilt library, which is UUID. So UUID, it's long URL, but it will return every time a unique URL. So we don't have to worry about generating random number. So let's generate a random number. So let's say encoded URL equals this random number. So that's UUID dot UUID 4. This is unique. Now let's convert it into string. And now this random number is generated. Now we need URL, any URL, not this one. So let's take this example and append it to the front. So let's say this URL and any random number. So this is our encoded URL. Now add this to the dictionary. So self dot encoded URL equals long URL. Now return this encoded URL. Now the same approach for decode. In decode we just have to return that URL which from the dictionary. So directly return self.urls and short URL. Let's check this solution. So it's working. So if you want to know what type of URL it is generating, you can print here. So this will generate this type of URL. When we decode this URL, it will return the original URL. So this is simple approach. We can also divide here. So look up by only UUID, and this approach will also work. So it's a simple approach for beginners. Thank you for watching the video.